Well, good evening. This is the second installment from our recent trip to Linville Gorge Wilderness in North Carolina. In case you missed part one, I'll link that video up here in the cards. Check that one out if you haven't. That one's mainly day hikes around Table Rock and the Chimneys, some spectacular views, a really awesome campsite. So check that one out. In this one, this is primarily the Rock Jock Loop. And so for those of you that have some interest in seeing what that entails, this one will be for you. And like The Dark Knight and Lord of the Rings, this will be a trilogy. So part 3 will come out in a week or so. But until then, I hope you enjoy this adventure with us. We're heading down Pinch Inn, 1.2 miles, a lot of down to the river. We're hoping that we get down there and get a good campsite for tonight. So also hoping my knees survive the 1.2 miles. But we are having a good time at this point. It's a little after 2, probably about 2:30. And really only have to get 4 miles or so in today to get to where we need to camp. Plan is to camp down by the river, maybe even get in for a little dip, depending on what the water level looks like and what's going on. So we're going to keep trudging down here and see how things shake out. The Pinch Inn just got a little bit more real, a little steeper, but the views, see Short Off over there, hopefully Lake James way out there in the distance. We're going to continue to work our way down here, get down to the river, get cooled off. We can hear the river at least. We still probably got at least a half mile, maybe 3/4 of a mile to get there. So as you can see, the terrain got a little bit more rocky and a little bit more steep as we've gone down through here. We made it to the intersection of Pinch Inn and the Linville Gorge Trail. You should be able to hear the water at this point. We're going to go upstream a bit and then see how things go. Find a place to take a little break close to the water and then decide what our game plan is from there. Maybe look at some campsite options and hike upstream a bit. All right, here's our camp for this evening. We're down on the Linville Gorge Trail. You can hear the river there in the background. Mike and Trey got their hammock set up over there. They got some crazy tarp situation going to try to cover them and have an open space. Jake's here in the tent, the Gossamer Gear the 2. I'm kind of tucked in back there in the trees with my Chameleon and my hammock gear tarp. Scott's over there with his tent. So we got a nice fire area here, and then the river's on down. So we get to hear this glorious sound all night. There should be some good sleeping. We did actually do a little swimming here earlier to cool off. It was very refreshing. I spared you guys the video of that. You don't want to see us old guys with their shirts off, that's for sure, but it was quite refreshing. Got to rinse off all the sweaty and nasty that we had earlier today, and we just had a nice dinner there by the fire and plan on getting settled down for the evening here before long and finish up tomorrow. All right, it is, what is today, Jake? Tuesday?
Yeah.
Tuesday morning. We broke camp. I don't know what time it is, probably around 9. We're hiking the Linville Gorge Trail over to Conley Cove. Had a decent night's sleep. Jake said the water was pretty loud. Kind of kept him awake a little bit, but more comfortable than the night before anyway. So we're hiking today up to Conley Cove to Rock Jock is the plan. Jake, looking forward to some views today. Jake's looking forward to some views. So Mike and Scott and Trey are up ahead somewhere, and we'll catch up to them shortly. So we'll see how today goes. If it stays kind of overcast and no rain, that would be perfect. So we'll see. Well, this is where we say goodbye to the Linville River. We're getting ready to head up Conley Cove. A lot of up. We just filled up with some water because we weren't sure what the water situation would be here. So Mike packed Trey down with a bunch of extra snacks and water and all kinds of things up there. I think because he was too lazy to carry it. Jake offered to carry more for me, but I think we're pretty good. So we're going to head up here in a second and start our trek up, and then hopefully some epic views up on Rock Jock. We made it to Rock Jock Trail. We're going to start across here. Mike's up ahead of us somewhere, so we're going to keep on trucking and see if we can catch up to him. So far, the trail looks pretty well traveled here, not too terribly overgrown, although where it came out, it looked like it was kind of overgrown. We're hoping for some really cool views, and we're going to keep on walking, see what we can see, hopefully enjoy ourselves and get some good views.
You're in enough.
We're across Rock Jock part of the way. So far it's been pretty enjoyable, not too bad of walking with some views like this. So Table Rock is up there, not sure if you can see it. Little Table Rock is just to the left of it. That's where we camped the first night. So we got some views down the gorge that way, or actually that's up the gorge. And we're going to keep going across Rock Jock today, and then we'll see how things shake out. I believe this to be Blue Jay Falls across the Rock Jock Trail. You can see the water kind of seeping out of this rock face. There was a little bit more on back there, but we're kind of parallel on this rock face here. And I think the next, I can't remember what the next point is that we come to. But the trail did get a little bit more challenging, a little more up and down, but still not too shabby. Not terribly overgrown, less overgrown than I thought it probably would be, at least so far. But really some good views and good sights and interesting trail. Personally, the variability of the trail is easier on my knees, and so that kind of the up and the down, I like it better than the straight down all the time. At least my knees do. So, but yeah, it's been good so far. Well, the trail was a little sketchy to get out here, but we are out at what we believe to be Razor Point. We had some route finding in order to get out of here, or get out to here, but it's a pretty good view, as you can see there. Especially going north, you can see Table Rock there, just about in the middle of your screen. And then Hawksbill on over, just about in the middle of your screen now. This is along the trail out to Razor Point, or Razor's Point. I think it's singular, not plural, but yeah, I don't know. This is the probably the more tame the open area of the section of the trail. It does get a bit sketchy and overgrown as I squeeze under there, as we go up through here in some sections. All right, we are still hiking on Rock Jock. Not sure if you can see Trey down there. I didn't even look at how level the GoPro was, but we're going to take this part of the trail across this down tree as opposed to down through the valley. It is a little spongy. So it has got a little more technical and overgrown, the trail has. We do anticipate a good bit of up for roughly a half mile at the end. So we're trying to take it kind of slow and pace ourselves. And then we'll get back to the car, hopefully in a, I don't know, mile or so. So we'll see how things shake out. All right, we finished the Rock Jock Loop-ish. Trey and Jake were nice enough to hike the last half mile on the road to get the cars for us. Trey was even nice enough to come down and get his dad's bag there right at the end. Last half mile was no joke, all uphill, plus it's pretty hot. Overall success. We're gonna find a place to camp tonight and then decide whether we're gonna try to find dinner somewhere else or whether we're gonna eat what we have and then try to get out early in the morning. We're kind of playing it by ear at this point. So overall, kicked our butt a little bit. Probably close to 9 miles today, something like that, between finishing up the Linville Gorge Trail, the Conley Cove Trail, and then the Rock Jock Trail. But some good overlooks, but definitely a challenge. So not too terribly overgrown, but it was a challenge. Well, we decided to car camp tonight. We found this nice little spot right along the Kistler Highway, although I'm not sure highway is a correct term because I think the fastest we got was maybe 20 miles an hour. So it's my tent over there that you just saw. Jake is over here in the hammock, watching something down there. And Mike and Trey are got their hammock set up back here. We're literally just right off the road. Scott did abandon us tonight though. He went down the Babel Tower Trail and plans on camping down there, and we're gonna meet up with him in the morning. So we're looking forward to a relaxing, chill out kind of evening. Do a little hiking there in the morning, and then we'll be done and ready to get some good grub and head home.